Hey, it's your guy Tyrrell back with the interviews. We received our first shock of the World Cup. Lionel Messi misses a penalty. Argentina failed to beat Iceland. Iceland were superb, but how did they get the job done? And why was Messi unable to lift his team over the hump? Don't worry, here at the interviews, we've got you covered. So on this edition of the interviews, we're going to break down the issues Argentina encountered against Iceland. So the biggest shock of the tournament thus far featured Iceland against Argentina. Argentina held to a 1-1 draw, Messi missing a penalty kick. Was this a surprise? Iceland are a very good defensive team. Argentina have a lot of issues going forward, and it's a reason why a lot of people don't think they're going to win the World Cup. This showing didn't help them at all, but what went wrong for them? They played in a 4-2-3-1, Aguero ahead of Messi, Meza and Di Maria on the flanks, and midfield they had Biglia and Mascherano. When you look at Iceland, more of a 4-2-3-1, 4-5-1. Finnbogason up front ahead of Sigurdsson. On the flanks, Bjarnason and Gudmundsson. And in midfield, Halfredsson and Gunnarsson. What went right for Iceland? Well, they scored a goal after conceding very early. And what happened? They were playing a lot of long balls through there, trying to get Finnbogason and trying to get him to win aerial duels. Gylfi Sigurdsson was superb in the sense that when they were able to transition or get forward, he was picking out pockets of spaces to get on the ball and kind of push them forward slowly, and that was very crucial. And when they did get chances around the final third, he was often the architect behind it. You look at the build up to their goal, it's just simply, and it's poor defending from Argentina. It's the fact that you have Gylfi Sigurdsson, you have Gudmundsson just playing simple 1-2 passes around Tagliafico, behind Mascherano, behind Biglia, and then it leads to a bunch of crosses, a scramble, and it eventually leads to the goal. Before that, they did have another chance where Willy Caballero, who didn't look very good and doesn't look like he should be a World Cup #1 goalkeeper, making a mistake, and it led to Bjarnason breaking into the box and firing a shot inches wide of the net. But besides that, you have to look at Argentina and really be disappointed as to why they played so poorly. And you have to question yourself why. They have the best player in the world. Well, this is down to Iceland. Half of it's down to Iceland being superb without the ball and having a proper game plan and stopping Messi from doing much. You can't stop him all game, but you could prevent him from having an overall influence on the game or a larger influence on the game. And they did that here. How did they do that? Well, Messi spent a lot of the time picking up the ball deeper because he didn't really have anyone to find him between the lines. Mascherano isn't that great of a passer, though he was playing good diagonals out to the flanks in the early stage of the game. Lucas Biglia struggled throughout and wasn't really getting on the ball in advanced areas and connecting passes. Meza and Di Maria struggled to get crossed into the box, and their pullbacks weren't very good. Aguero, for as great as a finisher as he is, and he showed that with his opening goal, he doesn't really offer you an all-around game, and that's been one of the issues that has stopped him from reaching to the highest level besides being injured. What he does offer here, and we saw it throughout the game, and it's something that he's developed through the Pep Guardiola era at Manchester City, is the fact that he's able to now play with his back to goal and link play, and that was one of the key attacks for Argentina throughout. Seems that if Messi saw that it wasn't really working out wide, he would pick up the ball from deep, try to force it into Aguero, who was able to link play with him and try to get him on the wall pass. We know in the past, Messi's able to pick up speed when he plays the ball into a forward and then gets it back while running, and it's easier for him to beat defenders. That's what they were trying to do here, but the spaces were tight and they were clogged through the midfield because of how impressive this Iceland defense was. The other aspect was whenever Messi picked up the ball from deep, he had either Halfredsson tracking him. If you move to his right, it'd be Bjarnason and Halfredsson kind of following him. Gunnarsson would follow him as well. Sometimes Gylfi Sigurdsson or Finnbogason would drop in. A lot of the times when he picked up the ball in midfield, there were often 3 around him. At worst for Iceland, there were 2. Sometimes there were 4. And it was just clogging out that space because besides him, who else is going to create? They don't have deep creators in midfield. The wide players were unable to get quality crosses in or beat their marker. Neither were the fullbacks because of how organized they were. Although you see Gudmundsson and Bjarnason tucking in narrow, when the ball went out wide, they were quickly there to push out and track the fullback, and then they'd have Sigurdsson probably drop in or Finn Bogason drop in deep to ensure they still had numbers in midfield. Messi did create chances, a lot of them in 1v1 situations, gaining yard. He fired a shot on goal that forced the keeper into a save. He created the penalty shot where he was deeper and he clipped the ball into the box. He had chances as the game wore on in the second half where they were getting tired and he was able to find pockets of space in between the lines, but they were covered quickly and they were quickly at his heels. Sometimes they'd have a center back push forward on him right when he wasn't looking, so that when he picked up the ball and thought he had space, a center back was there to stop him. And Argentina were forced to make substitutions to really kind of help them get back and help them win the game, and it didn't really work out, although some of the substitutions did provide a spark. Banega was a bit of an improvement on Bilia, pushing forward, offering positive passes, getting some shots on goal. That was positive, but he didn't really give them that bit of penetration that they needed to get them over the hump. Pavon was an improvement on Di Maria, picking him the ball up wide. Arguably should have got another penalty, but we're not here to discuss that. And he delivered quality crosses into the box. So that's something that obviously Sampaoli could look at. Higuain came on too late, so it's hard to judge how he affected the game, but perhaps he needs to start. What about Lo Celso? What about Dybala? Is this the starting X side that is going to guide Argentina to a World Cup? Did Sampaoli get it right? And if not, how are they going to change things? We know what Iceland was going to do. We knew how they're going to set up. They got better teams in this group that could play without the ball, but also offer a counterattack threat. And if Argentina play like that again, they probably won't make it out of this group, given the fact that they drew this game. So something needs to change. But let me know what you guys think. Meet me in the comments below. Don't forget I upload videos every day, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And that was your daily dose of the interviews.